Hi, my name is Puradyme and I'm standing here with Lou Corona, the one and only Lou Corona. And I'm so excited for you to watch this video right now because if you already watched the previous videos, you've learned that the foundation of Puradyme, Lou's company, is the four principles based on the lifestyle that we offer, that he offers. And if you led by that lifestyle, you are on the path of a great well-being, right? So it is.
Yes, that's right.
But we are here today to introduce you to the products that are also in Puradyme because they are here to enhance one's lives. And I'm gonna let Lou talk about it furthermore and introduce us to the products. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. Do we really need to take supplements of any kind to have a good life? No, you don't. You can just follow the four principles. That's why the four principles that I've talked about before are very simple but foundational. If you just do that, you're going to have a good life. Our soil today is not what it used to be. So now we've been, in a sense, forced to compensate for the deficiencies that are going on within our soil today. And so I have some friends and different people that I know that are in the health field that absolutely will not ever take any supplements of any kind because they have a mindset and a belief that you can get everything you need just from eating raw living foods.
I was going to ask you about it. I think many of us think that if we're eating raw food, why should we take enzymes or supplements in general? So please explain that a little bit.
If you come in being raised on a really powerful, healthy lifestyle and everything's organic in a pristine type of an environment, you really wouldn't need to take any supplements of any kind, you know. Especially everything's fresh, everything's raw, everything's organic, you know. But the thing is that what's happening is that over many years, our soil has become depleted, and it's a truth. And I think that well over 35 years ago, when a friend was dying from cancer, skin and bones, and I saw him recover just within 6 months with enzyme therapy, and I was pretty impressed. So I saw the oatmeal demonstration at that time. I read the books and other books and other books, and so then I discovered that there's several hundreds of books on enzymes and enzyme therapy. How they're using it to help compensate for the enzyme deficiency in food, and also they're using them to compensate for the enzyme deficiency in people. So when I discovered and did more research and discovered that our soil is actually running anywhere between 30 to 80% plus enzyme mineral deficiencies in North America.
Wow, I don't know how many people knew that, but that's
well,
incredible.
it's if you do your research, you're going to find the same thing. But so it is different ranges. But that's why, even though I do all raw living foods myself for many years, I definitely take a few things that's here that I'm going to show you. But I like taking Lifezymes with my meals before I eat, just to maximize digestion, making sure I get all my food broken down into micronutrients so I can get the most nutritional value from what I'm consuming.
Can I ask you, and we're going to go through the products just so I have a clearer mind, and whoever was watching it for you is going to be very informative. Right. But how long have you been taking these enzymes and the supplements for your well-being? Or to enhance your life?
I would say, well, I've been living the lifestyle for about 42 years.
Right.
So I'd say probably about 37 years.
Wow.
Yeah. With all the years of experience and also with a powerful team that we've come together for Puradyme. I mean, we've got a lot of years of research, a lot of years of experience, and we've come to the point of putting something together that we feel very honored and blessed to have and put together with guidance and with research and experience. So Lifezyme.
Let's talk about the first one. Yes, this is Lifezyme, right? Good.
Lifezyme, as you can see, it's spelled L-I-Y-F. Life means life in your food. So when you put life in your food and take these with your meals right before you eat, people usually take around 4 or 5 with each meal, but Lifezyme it's a very powerful superior multiple digestive enzyme that is not only got 16 different kinds of enzymes in it to digest all food groups, but it also we're using whole food cofactors and no fillers. So it's a very superior, amazing, wonderful multiple digestive enzyme called Lifezyme. And I like to use this one with meals right before you eat. It doesn't mean that you cannot use it between meals, because you could.
Right.
Because when you take it with meals right before you eat, it works with the food. It helps break down that food and pre-digest it in the stomach, so you can absorb and metabolize and eliminate it more efficiently.
How many you suggest I take if I eat, or when I eat? How many pieces?
Well, I mean, like on the bottom I say 2 to 4, but most people take 4 or 5 with each meal.
Okay.
I actually like to take a little more myself, because I like enzymes. You know, when you say things like, so Lou, you know, you look like you're half the age or whatever. For me to be 63 and feel the way I feel and can do what I can do, I just find myself taking more enzymes. You know what I mean? Because enzymes, nothing happens without enzymes. So I don't want to use up more of my own enzymes to digest my food more than I make. Keep my enzyme levels up and high.
Right.
Because when you have good, strong enzyme potential running within your body, you're radiant and you're strong and you're vibrant, and you want to make sure you maximize digestion, so you can actually manufacture digestive enzymes and metabolic enzymes within your body. And the metabolic enzymes is what takes care of the wear and tear of your cells. It takes care of your blinking, thinking, emotions, runs all the organs and glands throughout your entire body. So metabolic enzymes, if you're rich in those, you become very radiant, very healthy, and have lots of energy, and you feel great. So this helps to enhance your ability to digest better, so you can assimilate better, metabolize better, but convert your food not only to energy, but muscle, hair, skin, and bones, but more importantly even than that, is to make more hormones and metabolic enzymes in your system. So this enhances that production, actually. It's like a precursor.
That's great. This is what I took during pregnancy, so saved my life. Thank you. Let's talk about the next product, Lifebiotic, and this is...
Lifebiotic is a very powerful probiotic. It's got 5 bacterial strains in here. It's highly, highly proteolytic. Lifebiotic is one of the most powerful probiotics out there. Highly proteolytic, that means it breaks down proteins to amino acids, but it also breaks down even putrefied protein in the body. It goes after bad bacteria.
Otherwise it would go into the bloodstream, right? And, but if you take this, it will help cleanse your body.
What do you think about this? If somebody has, let's say, food poisoning, and they take a tablespoon of this, like every half hour, and within a few hours, the symptoms shut down. They go away.
Probably.
When I see that with a powerful probiotic like this, that got my attention. You see what I mean? But more importantly, I like to use this one more for not only take it at nighttime before I go to bed, like a spoonful with a little bit of water, swish it, swallow it. But I also really appreciate using this one for like when I make my yogurts. Like I don't do any dairy at all, but I make nut seed yogurts with Lifebiotic. And what I mean by that is I take a teaspoon of this Lifebiotic, I put it in the blender with some pre-soaked seeds. I put a coconut water, coconut meat, blend it up into a cream, let it sit for about 6-7 hours, and it culturizes. And these friendly bacteria...
Great tip. Oh my goodness. Thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely. So this Lifebiotic, when you put it with seeds and nuts that have been soaked the night before, and you blend it up into a cream, let it sit there, these friendly bacteria gobble up and break down the proteins into amino acids, carbohydrates to glucose, fats into fatty acids, but also a teaspoon of this is worth about 40 billion friendly microorganisms, which is great. But it multiplies when it's working on the seeds or nuts or whatever you're working with. And so now you have a good strong army of friendly bacteria, even more so, and at the same time it helps pre-digest it into amino acids, fatty acids, and glucose. So what does that do? It makes it not only enzyme enhanced, but it also breaks it down, so it makes it more bioavailable to your cells. So proteins, carbs, and fats don't do you any good unless you break it down first. So this is a way, by culturizing seeds and nuts, not only to enzyme activate it, but pre-digest it at the same time. So you get good, strong, friendly bacteria, enzyme levels, and at the same time it's partially pre-digested, So it's so much easier to digest, so much easier to metabolize, absorb and metabolize, and convert into energy, muscle, hair, skin, and bones, and everything else. That's why with the different yogurts that you can make incredible smoothies, dressings, soups, dips, raw gourmet ice cream, and things like that with it. That's why I like this.
Hungry.
So if you just do those two things, just lies on with your meals, and this one at night before you go to bed, or make yogurts with it, preferably. That would be the end of the story right there.
Yes, and if you still don't know how to make yogurts on your own, we're going to have recipes at some point later on in later videos. And people who actually eat regular yogurts from the store, let's say, it's good to put it in there too, right? It enhances it, and it's just
absolutely.
Or people who take antibiotics. I can imagine. I have lots of friends, unfortunately, on antibiotics. Let's talk about the next product, Life Essentials. This sounds very, very intriguing. So please talk about it.
Life Essentials it's a whole food protein complex. You don't really have to take this one here. It's a way to enhance the nutritional value of my yogurts and smoothies and dressings and soups with this one. So here's the thing. This has all the 22 amino acids, essential fatty acids, and carbohydrates. But more importantly, above and beyond that, it's very rich. It's naturally rich in what they call tocopherols, which is natural vitamin E. So,
thank you for the clarification.
What makes it great in that sense is that it's really great for regenerating your liver with this one. It's also great for brain function, and it's also great for the skin, the hair, and the nails, this one. That's why I like to take it. It's called Life Essentials. So I just put a couple tablespoons in my batches, and also when I make smoothies and dressings, I just throw a couple tablespoons. So I do that 2-3 times a day with this one. So it's really,
that's great.
I like it a lot. Yeah, it's very, very powerful.
That's great. Thank you. And so this group is separated from the other 3 that we're going to talk about right now. For a reason, right? So these 3 are to enhance someone's life and digestion and...
Yeah, we definitely want to be able to digest better, assimilate, metabolize better, and maintain good flora. If you do just those 2 things, it's going to change your life for the better.
Wonderful.
And this one here is more of just a nutritional support.
Good, thank you. So let's move on to this guy here, Pure Cleansing. We need cleansing. There you go.
Well, a lot of people are doing a lot more cleansing these days than ever in history, because a lot of people are starting to realize they got a lot of gunk in their intestinal tract. So
how we cleanse is very important.
So Pure Cleanse was designed to help clean, tone, heal, restore, and draw toxins out of the system. So that's what this does. So basically, when you take this, most people you can start off with a teaspoon and work up to a tablespoon every morning with about 6 ounces of water or 6 ounces of orange juice. Preferably first squeezed orange juice.
Right.
And
organic.
You mix it up really good, and then you drink it on down, and then it waits about 45 minutes to an hour before you have smoothies or juices or food or whatever. But this here, what it does, when it goes in your system, it begins to swell up and starts drawing toxins to itself. It also helps to start breaking down the mucoid plaque in the system. A lot of people don't think there's mucoid plaque in the intestinal tract, but I'll tell you something. A long time ago, when I was doing all this cleansing myself, to clean up my system and overcome my own conditions, I went on watermelon for 45 days. And 40 days of the 45 days, with this black, rubbery, wormy, evil stuff came out of my body. And it definitely wasn't watermelon, I assure you. So anybody that challenges me on mucoid plaque in the intestinal tract, they say it's not the case, or it's impossible. We accumulate stuff inside of us.
Right.
And because I've done a lot of intestinal cleansing, not only myself, but with many people by the thousands. And I have witnessed, and people have witnessed and taken pictures of the gunk that comes out of them,
Wow.
Oh yeah, we're talking about rubbery, black, wormy, evil stuff come out of their bodies, and it really wasn't watermelon. This helps to break it up and start dissolving it gradually, layer by layer by layer, and starts drawing it out, and it really helps them to eliminate better. And clean up that system and heal the intestinal tract. The intestinal tract it needs to be our best friend, and we need to take care of our intestinal tract. If we want to be healthy and be well.
It's like 80% of your immune system, correct? Is that correct?
It's very much part of it. So we need to take care of it and clean it up, and heal it and tone it, and that's what this does.
Puradyme. I am familiar with Puradyme, but please introduce us to it.
Puradyme is a highly concentrated digestive enzyme that helps to get rid of and help digest all this excess undigested proteins, carbs, fats that are trapped in the system due to an enzyme deficiency. So when people have all this excess accumulation of undigested proteins, carbs, and fats in their system, it also turns into protein plaquing, mineral plaquing, fat plaquing, and mucoid plaquing. So Puradyme is something you take between the meals on an empty stomach, an hour or more before meals, or 2 hours or more after meals. And when you do it that way, now it can work systemically within your body. And these enzymes, when you take them like that, it starts going into your system and actually starts working on digesting this excess undigested proteins, carbs, and fats, including protein plaquing, mineral plaquing, and fat plaquing. So people generally start off with 3 capsules 3 times a day on an empty stomach with water or juice. And they'll do it 3 times a day, and then they gradually work up to 5 3 times a day. Some people double it, where they work up to gradually up to 10 3 times a day until the blood's clean, bowels are clean, their whole system's all cleaned up. It might take a month or 2 or 3 or 4, whatever it takes. Like my nephew, as an example. Some of you have heard of my nephew, David Gaynor. He's 32, but a year ago he had a tumor in his testicle, and he went on this program, and he followed it to the T. And 104 days later, the tumor was gone.
He followed the 4 principles.
He followed the 4 principles.
That's the key, really. And then he also.
But what he did therapeutically, he took something like this, like 10, 5 times a day on an empty stomach.
Wow, that is, and he is cancer free.
Yeah, the tumor was completely gone in 104 days. It was gone.
That is incredible.
Diagnosed all the way through, and he checked it, and then for 104 days there was no sign of it. Yeah, people that do that specializes in live blood analysis, they looked at my blood. Even people like regular doctors that do regular blood panels, they looked at my blood and they said it was the cleanest, healthiest blood they've ever seen. And this is very important that we understand how to work with it.
Right.
Me, I take Lyzyme, Lifebiotic. I do enhance my nutritional value with smoothies and yogurts and things like that I make with seeds. This one, I use it instead of taking 3 or 4 times a day, like therapeutically, I just use it once a day, just for maintenance, to keep my system clean.
Right.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Let's see the next one. The last one is Pure Life. And
yeah, Pure Life is again, it's another superior probiotic. It's basically what we did is we took Lifebiotic and just enhanced it with proteolytic enzymes to help digest this accumulation of undigested proteins in people. So it's more to purify the system. It's more to use it either on an empty stomach, preferably, like right when you first get up in the morning, right before you go to bed. Those are 2 great times to take it. And but Pure Life, basically what it does, it gets rid of all this excess undigested proteins trapped in people. And also goes after putrefaction. It gobbles it up, eats it up, and because those extra enzymes that are in there makes it even more proteolytic than even Lifebiotic. And Lifebiotic is already a superior probiotic as it is, but this one's more for puring the system and doing it quicker and faster, so with lesser amount. So it comes in 180 cap bottles, but it also comes in 500 cap bottles, and it only comes in capsule form at this point. And
let me ask you a question. The key difference between these 2 products, just so I have a clarification on this, the Puradyme and the Pure Life, is what is the key difference between the 2?
Well, this one's really highly concentrated to get rid of the excess undigested proteins, carbs, and fats. But it also breaks down mucoid plaquing, protein plaquing, fat plaquing, mineral plaquing, and mucoid plaquing. This one, it's these don't multiply, but the probiotics do multiply.
Because this one has probiotics in it too, as well.
Yeah, definitely. But it does have some enzyme enhancement to it. But because of the probiotics that's in there, those friendly bacteria that are in there actually multiply and proliferate within the body in your favor.
Right. So while I'm sleeping, I get cleansed and purified. That's awesome.
It helps me clean up the system. That's right.
That's very impressive. So this is to cleanse our body and really feel great after we go through some unhealthy lifestyle. besides following the 4 principles, which is essential, and I can tell you on my own body how it feels when you do follow the 4 principles, and then some. Your life will be vibrant and healthy, and you're just going to have so much energy that you have to experience yourself, I think, right?
You have been around and you've seen a lot of people.
Yes.
That, and you've been able to compare and kind of get a sense and feel what's working and what's not working. So I just wondered, what is it that really inspired you and drew you to Puradyme, myself, and the 4 principles and that type of thing? What is it that really inspired you and caused you to shift and also incorporate the principles, incorporate the enzymes and probiotics and whatever we're talking about into your life? What is it that inspired you and caused you to shift?
What inspired me, there's two parts to this question. What inspired me is that I had enough of my own lifestyle before that, and I just ate cooked food and really didn't take care of my body, especially around 18, 20s. You know, when you're 20, in your 20s, you don't care about your body as much. At least I didn't, unfortunately. And so I wanted to cleanse my body. I wanted to be pure, right? I really did. I seeked body, mind, and soul pureness, and I had to take my steps to it. So slowly, I've been a vegetarian, vegan, on and off in my entire life, but to really shift, you got to make the first step and make a decision. And what drew me to Puradyme is partially my husband, particularly because he introduced me to you, and I'm so forever grateful for you. Your pureness and your lifestyle is an inspiration for, I'm sure, for many of us. For me, it was a shift that when I watched you live and you introduced yourself and told your story, you shared your story, I felt so touched by it that I knew that I need to make the final changes in my lifestyle, in my everyday thinking, and follow the 4 principles in order for me to stay young. And now I have a child, and I want to stay young forever for him and for future generations. And I encourage every single person to follow this because it's so essential for our world to function in a more peaceful, more happy state in many ways, in many parts of the world, and it starts with us individuals. And so your story inspires others. It definitely touched me, and your products, just by my own skin, I tried them, and when I was pregnant, it helped me cleanse, and during pregnancy and after pregnancy, and even still, I take them all the time because it just, I feel the difference.
And I appreciate, for some reason I was inspired to ask you that question. I don't think I ever really asked you like that, but thank you for sharing that with me.
Thank you.
And thank you for listening to what we're saying and sharing with you. So again, may you be left inspired enough, motivated enough, and to maybe adopt some of the things you've learned over these recordings. The 4 principles, that's the foundation. If you want to do something to enhance the quality of your life, if you want to do something to compensate for maybe what's lacking in your food or lacking in your body, then you might consider these exceptional, astounding products we put together for all of us. Not just myself, not just for yourself, but for all of you. That's why we did this, to make it available at the most affordable pricing ever in history. So I'm very thankful, very proud and honored to be able to have this privilege again to share them with you. And remember, once again, you don't have to do any of this. You can just follow the 4 principles and have a great life. You want to do something to compensate, enhance quality, then take them on for yourself. Anyway, thank you once again, and we love and appreciate you very much and want you to win the game of this life because you deserve it.
Thank you, Lou, for being here. Thank you so much.